Wow, we got some good hearty questions in the Discord. Thanks for leaving them, guys. Really appreciate it. And be sure to leave one for the next Majority Speaks returns. With that being said, we actually have a segment here that we know the viewers love. It is the voicemail segment where you can call into the show, leave me a comment, question, or anything else in between, and I'll be happy to address it. This one comes from a solid fan and friend of the show. And reminder to call in and leave me a voicemail. Just call the following number on screen. It's 1-917-267-8313. Once again, that's 1-917-267-8313. Let's give it a play, shall we?
Hey, this is Majority. This is my question for you. I know that you guys probably get tired of me bringing up all the old games and everything, but I came up with a really good question. Do you think that SEGA did a better job putting out games on the Dreamcast or the Gamecube? And I'm asking you this because, the Dreamcast was on its way out when the Gamecube was on its way in. So I think it's a pretty juicy question.
This guy sounds familiar. I don't know where I saw him recently. Maybe I talked to him or something. Oh, that's Malta Master. Yo, Malta Master. Thank you for the question, my guy. I know I answered this on the Button Mappers because you posted it there, and I didn't do this segment last month, but I'm kind of happy to readdress it and go into more detail here. I think you're right. It is a juicy question. Was Sega better putting out games on the Dreamcast or the GameCube? It really depends on how you're defining better. You could say there's a creative element in them creating games for the Dreamcast as its own standalone console. And if you define better in terms of monetary success, they're both commercial flops. The Dreamcast was a flop and the GameCube was a flop. I think the difference is that with the GameCube, they went on to have games that are in the bestseller category in the player's choice. And the Dreamcast, it's almost like there was no player's choice. The Dreamcast was, as a console, was not a player's choice. And the GameCube being more so a player's choice than the Dreamcast almost gives it the light in that sense of their games thrived more on Nintendo's console than they did on Dreamcast. Now, I'm not going off numbers here. I don't know the comparisons. I think the only pushback I'd give to that is that in the Dreamcast era is when Sega took the risks. What was the risk of putting their games on the GameCube? Solidifying their fate as a failure in the industry? As the console manufacturer that couldn't? Like little Thomas the Tank Engine that ran out of oil. But it did set them up for future success. This model of putting games on other systems works well for them. They've got their games on Steam. They put their games, they've bought out Atlas. Atlas, one of the most renowned JRPG companies. And so the decisions they made on the GameCube actually set them up for success here. And so I think when you look at it in terms of a success standpoint, it was better on the GameCube. I can't say it wasn't. But when you look at it in terms of a creativity model and just kind of the fight and the, Survivor mentality, I guess. I've been watching a lot of Survivor lately. Their fight on the Dreamcast was respectable. I respect the effort that went into Shenmue. Do I like the game? I can't say I like it that much. I really don't. It bothers me so many times when I pick that thing up and I'm just so lost and I have to wait and sit around, for my forklift session to begin. But I respect the effort that went into putting the games on the Dreamcast. So my vote goes to they did a better job putting games out on the Dreamcast. Their model on the GameCube set them up for better success. Which do I respect more? The Dreamcast. I respect the effort on the Dreamcast. Do I like a thing? I hate the controller. You won't catch me playing a Dreamcast anytime soon, but I respect the effort that Sega put on the Dreamcast. Hope that answers your question. It was a good one. Thanks for asking.